I do not feel cute today, but I'm just gonna film anyways. Okay, so this is a random video where I want to talk about basically what it's like to be a loner. Yeah, this is my intro. So, yeah, it's just been in my thoughts, on my mind, in my soul, in my being for a while. The understanding, this new enlightenment that yes, I indeed, in fact, am more of a loner than not. And I'm trying to accept it, you know. Today is a perfect example. I sleep in after a very long, hard day yesterday in practicum, which means, you know, you're in elementary education. Am I over the volume? Okay, now. Um, and you have in-person, in the classroom, hands-on experience, and now I'm in the full day 3 days a week, and it's a lot, right? So I sleep in, and then we go to like this family thing. We support someone in the church, someone in our church, in my parents' church, who just got married. So we go to their reception in the afternoon, and now I'm just doing some errands, just having some me time. Perfect example of being a loner. Thrifted right here. Got some more stuff in the back, like washcloths. So exciting. Just trying to like slowly but surely collect stuff for my future for when I move out. So I bought myself some washcloths, and they're all cute and girly and pink. I think they say Glam Babe on them. Not the best quality, but anyway. And then pants for practicum. I just haven't really felt cute. Like right now, I don't feel cute, and the sad thing is I tried. So I thought that the thrifted pants would be good, and then went to the ATM. I'm a person who likes paying with cash. You know, I'm weird. I'm very old school. What else was my loner experience today? And I gotta stop using that word. But let's see. Also at Walmart, you know the Pioneer Woman brand? So cute. It's like old granny or really girly girl words. Yeah, I got teeny tiny little bowls that I think might be fun for candy just on my little desk in my room. Been meaning to get that. What else was on my to-dos list? Oh, and then I got Mother's Day, Father's Day books for my parents, and then also like a birthday gift from my mom, which is in advance, I guess. Yeah, her birthday's in September. Right now we're in, let's see, the end of April, the last day of April, I guess. But yeah, what else did I do? There's that. I think that was it. But anyway, okay, my arm's getting tired, and I meant to set you down here anyway, and I don't know how the view is. See, I'm also gonna go and study or cram or whatever. Trying to figure out what I want to do. I brought my laptop and 2 of my school books. Thankfully, I'm only taking 1 class this semester. Feels really good. I just hope I don't have to retake it. So I'm really trying to push for a good grade, trying to do my best work, even though the senioritis is bad. And on top of that, I'm having to retake some exams that I have to have taken and passed, well, retaken and passed, hopefully, by July 1st in order to student teach and graduate this fall. So I'm under a lot of pressure. I'm feeling the stress, you know, but okay, back to this. So the loner thing, I started this journal entry, then I eventually turned it into a last minute post idea. So I shared this on my Facebook, you know, and I just thought that I would share with you guys. So, you know, I like to write, you know, I like to create content, share content. My channel is basically an open journal, as is my Facebook, where it's just a bleh of me, my brain, how I'm feeling. It's a little bit of everything. It's all over the board. There's no one thing that I do great. I think I'm pretty average in a lot of things, but my creativity, I'm at the level where I'm very like in depth about it. Like I'm very like engrossed in it. I invest in it, and hopefully it's like thought-provoking stuff. But anyway, so here's the loner post. This will probably be long-winded. Don't know how long this video is going to be, but I'm just going to read this according to my profile, read it word for word, hopefully. My stutter's been here and there. It's kind of in a flare-up again. It's just so much fun, but it's always worse in my head. Like, it seems worse than it actually is, but it's just a stutter, so you can't really use the word worse to describe it. It's not a big deal, but anyway, it's just a problem area, and I obsess over it. But okay. So, Loner by Emily K. and loner is in all caps. Loner. Quote. This was April 2022 that I've been gathering these thoughts. Finally did the post the other day. Anyway, Emily McAllister, dot, dot, dot. Yeah, she's, dot, dot, dot. Shy, quiet, bubbly, happy, friendly, talkative, funny, sweet, nice, too nice, quirky, weird, a little bit crazy, a lot of it. Nerdy, random, introverted, loner. I'm me. I've been called all these names. I don't take offense to any of them. I used to some of these names, parentheses. They're just words that some people use to describe people, to describe me. They aren't positive or negative to me, they're just there. And I don't see them as good or bad, they're just there. Loner is the most interesting word to me. Loner. Some may see it like it's a bad word. I'm a loner and I have social anxiety. These two facts are related but not twins. The first is a decisive yet undecided choice. The second, words, is something given but not chosen. Anxiety is the avoidance of things. I know it well and it knows me back. Anxious, blue, watering eyes. I have a smaller circle. If you're in my circle, it means I love you. If you're in my circle, you're not among many. If you're on my friends list, you mean something to me. I can count all my best friends and favorite people on my fingers and my toes. I'm not interested in acquaintances. I don't want everyone to know my name. It's not worth the anxiety. It's not worth my time. Sorry, other humans, parentheses. I'm selective in who is in my life and how I spend my time and who with. I have friends, but I don't always hang out with them. Sorry, friends. Now you know why the cancellations and excuses, if not already. I'm sorry to have canceled again. Sometimes it's the anxiety, sometimes it's me. Some days my anxiety keeps me busy. I have to say no to the invite, that's why. I feel like I have a lot going on, when really I just have a lot on my mind, in my mind. I have anxiety, but it doesn't have me. But it does try, and with a passion. I love my friends and the people in my life. I love hard, I fear easily. I love people, my people. I fear people, other people. I don't think I'm necessarily shy. I think it's more I'm socially anxious. Shyness is a personality trait. Social anxiety is not. Social anxiety is an illness. I used to be unsure of my quirky self, but I don't mind much anymore. I'm just scared. I just have a phobia of interaction. It's hard because I love to talk. I love to laugh and have fun, but the anxiety can make it hard. But at least I'm an introvert. When I was more extroverted, things were harder. The anxiety was harder to manage because I needed the interaction. And now there are times when I utterly, totally, completely dread it. I try to tell myself they're just people. I don't know why people have to be so scary. I used to be more friendly than I am, more talkative. I would initiate more, but I'm in a flare-up. Been in it for the past while, maybe. Shyness was my life for much of my life. Then I started talking. Anxiety has always been in my life. Being this introverted, growing up as shy and quiet as I did, a mouse, definitely that's a part of it. Sometimes in my daily day, there's a pounding of my heart, a stuttering blankness in my mind, a flush in my cheeks, a hotness in my throat, a twisting in my stomach. I try to often turn these feelings into art, because this anxiety isn't kind. Anxiety needs some positivity, some light, some hope, some peace. Some people might feel a little shy when meeting new people. Some people might feel a little nervous when they introduce themselves in front of people. Some people might feel a little scared when they present in class or at work. Some people might feel a little fearful when they make small talk. Those feelings are the feelings I feel throughout my day when in social situations. I've learned to hide it somewhat, to pretend I'm not nervous or scared or anxious. I really wish I didn't have social anxiety. I want to do a good job and my best work in social situations. It's a part of the anxiety. It's a part of being a perfectionist. I can be shy, I can be quiet. That can depend on who you are and or how I feel. I like dancing. I love it as a matter of fact, but I prefer to dance when no one's watching. There are times when I want to say something, want to speak up. Only sometimes I do. Maybe 65% of the time now. The anxiety in my head will remind me that I have anxiety and be very abrupt about it. Sometimes I really want to go up to someone and start a conversation, but I don't. Not every time, maybe half the time. My anxiety makes it feel like I'm having a panicked hallucination. My anxiety reminds me that I have anxiety. I try to convince myself that I have anxiety and that it doesn't have me. Imagine a creature afraid of their own species. I am this creature, afraid. You could say a human afraid of humanity, in a way. What is my plan of attack? To not have a panic attack. I have friends. I adore my friends, but I'm not that social and I don't initiate or accept often. I'm more of a loner. I just like being alone.
I prefer it sometimes, a lot of the time. It's not you, it's me. It's not because I'm always anxious, though I do have social anxiety. It's because I'm just me. Let me try again. It's because it's just me, myself, and I, and that isn't scary. I know this girl well, and she knows me. It's comfortable. She doesn't have to be anxious. She doesn't feel judged. She feels free to be alone. I don't have to rely on people. I've learned to rely on myself. It's safe and comfortable. It's easier to hear myself think. It's easier to imagine, to be creative, to wonder, ponder, feel. It's harder to fear. My name is Emily McAllister, and I have a phobia. I have social anxiety. Sometimes in my daily day, I fear people, interaction, conversation, communication. It isn't you, it isn't me. It's just this thing called social anxiety. So yeah, that was that. I hope the camera's still rolling. Let's do a little double check, shall we? Oh, my camera's hot. I mean, I know that you're hot. Like, you guys are fierce. You guys are smoking. Okay, I'm being weird. Yeah, so I'm learning to accept how introverted I am. I have seen it as a bad thing for a long time. I've really enjoyed it. I really enjoy being alone. And I've been okay with being alone. Like, I love being alone. That's fine. But my mindset towards it, seeing it as a bad thing, a negative, something that's a con, something to be ashamed or embarrassed about, the fact that I need all this alone time, that I like being alone more than I like being with other people, you know? And as I said, family, friends, they're great, and I like talking to certain people for a certain amount of time, but at the same time, I can only do so much. There's only so much I can take with the social, with the talking, with the whatever. That interaction, it's so nice to come home to me, to be alone after that, because then I feel like, okay, great, I did it, but now I need a break. And okay, that was cool, that was fun, that was okay, but now it's time for me, right? But the thing is, though, a lot of the time I feel worse after interaction, whether it be friend, family, stranger, whoever it is, a lot of the time I can feel even worse. So I think that's a part of why I've become more and more introverted. There are certain people who I'm very, very attached to, who I care about, but I don't attach easily. It sounds bad, but a lot of my friendships, like K through 12, like all of K through 12, like school, I would see friends come and go because I would stop initiating, I would stop trying, or I found out that they were more toxic and I felt used. So that was that and it was dead. After school, after high school, I was more selective, I was more particular, I was more specific in the kind of friends and people that I wanted in my life and just with me, right? And so maybe it was a bad idea to park here because I'm like all paranoid, but it's a Saturday, so you can park wherever the poop you want here. But I really gotta get going and study or cram, just gotta work on some stuff. But anyway, um, there are people who say they have no friends, and there's a lot of that said on the internet, and there are these rantings on there, these rambles on there. Sorry, of these people who feel like they have no friends. And I can talk to people. I might be nervous throughout a lot of the conversation, but I've learned to hide it. And a lot of people tend to be surprised, even shocked, when they find out, hey, she has social anxiety. Like when I finally tell them I do. My makeup's probably all crazy. Woo, sorry. Chair. Seat. But yeah, I'm okay with it, and I hope that other people are too. It's more common than we think. Social anxiety is more common than we think, and it's probably growing nowadays, especially after COVID and just with life being so crazy busy and so much is like thrown on us and expected of us. Words. Then aside from that, like it's harder to keep up a relationship because of technology. So those friendships can be harder to keep, maintain, even find. People are distracted. And then life is just so crazy busy, that's another thing. So it's just, we live in a crazy world and it can just be hard to make friends. Anyway, that was what I wanted to say. And this is kind of rushed for me, and I think I talked extra fast, and I'm closing my thoughts pretty quickly, but I don't know. I'm trying not to ramble too much, and I could talk about this a lot more, and I probably will. But yeah, I think it's okay to be alone. And there's actually, okay, last thought. There's actually a person, I don't know if I can really call him a friend anymore because they would stop initiating and so I stopped initiating, if that makes sense. So anyway, she said one time that she hates what is in my throat? She hates being alone, and I will never understand that because yes, I went through like a slight, very brief extroverted phase, but I have loved being alone for years and years and years for most of my life, you know. But she says that she gets panicked when she's alone, when there's no one around, and that's so sad. So I just say, be your own best friend, get to know yourself, have alone time, spend time with yourself, yourself, and you. And I'm very passionate about this because I just realized that this is my life. I was born alone. I'm going to die alone. Along the way, I meet people. I make new friends. There are people in my life, people who come into my life, and that is great. There are also people who leave. There are people who I will leave, who I have left, who I'm leaving now, you know, but it's the people who I want, who I choose, who choose me. That's what's important. But very important, and it's not a selfish thing, is to take care of you, to get to know you. You get to decide in your life, however long your life is, however long you get to live, you know, you get to decide who you are, and that's a very strong, powerful thing. And I feel very strongly about this because of probably how introverted I am, because of how well I know myself. Like, I'm very self aware, I'm very in tune with my feelings and my interactions, how I act, how I behave. I am very aware of who I am as a person, and I realize my flaws. I try to improve on them, and I know my personality type, and I know what I can and can't do. I know my illnesses and my health problems. I know my strengths. I know where I'm at, right? Because I spend time alone. And I'm not perfect at being alone, and that sounds kind of weird, and I really need to wrap this up, but I'm not perfect in being alone. I don't think there is a perfect in being alone. I think as long as you try to be alone, you make time for yourself, you spend time with yourself, you make sure to be alone for at least a little bit every single day. But at the same time, you need to flip flop it too, and you need to have enough interaction with other people, getting to know people. You don't just want to get to know yourself either. So you can be on either extreme, and I'm leaning towards the extreme, not quite all the way there yet. Hopefully, it's never there, yet never there, whatever. But I'm on the more end of introvertedness where I know myself almost too well, right? So I can continue this, but I need to involve and include other people as well. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say. So I'm not gonna say anymore because I've said too much. Okay, my camera's really overheated and I have to go. So okay. Oh, a positive thought. Let me just set you down, kind of. Yeah, I'm going to say this kind of goes with the theme, this topic here. Just get to know yourself and get to know your beautiful self. Try to find that beautiful self, see the beauty in who you are because you're a lovely person. You have an amazing soul, an amazing mind. Your brain is a gift, your heart is amazing, and you can do so much for yourself, for other people, and especially as soon as you get starting to know yourself. Words. Anyway, I just highly recommend becoming your own best friend. You can always rely on you. You can't always rely on other people. As long as you have you, you're going to be okay. So take care of yourself because you deserve it and you don't have to earn it. You deserve it. You deserve to take care of yourself because you're very important. You need to be important to you. And I struggle with self-hate, and a part of why I'm so reflective in who I am is because I'm trying to improve in that, right? So don't hate yourself. Get to know yourself. Be okay with who you are. If you want to improve in your flaws, like improve upon them, that's great. Don't be too hard on yourself. Just get to know yourself. And this is like a pep talk. This is like a TED talk right now. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go.